Good evening and welcome to this special breaking news coverage, where all eyes tonight are focused on the unfolding story surrounding the Iraqi Dinar and the mounting speculation that a long-anticipated revaluation may now be imminent. The RV clock, as many investors call it, appears to be ticking louder than ever, and markets around the world are already reacting to the possibility that one of the most dramatic financial shifts in recent history could soon be announced. In Baghdad, activity has intensified around the central bank of Iraq. Sources close to the institution say that officials have been meeting late into the night, holding what are described as critical discussions about the nation's monetary policy. Security has been stepped up around government buildings, and some employees have been instructed to remain on standby through the evening, a move that has only fueled speculation that something major is underway. While the bank has not issued an official confirmation, the silence in itself has added to the tension, as many believe authorities are preparing for a highly coordinated announcement. Internationally, the signals are unmistakable. In New York, traders on Wall Street have stayed glued to their screens, monitoring currency futures with unusual intensity. London's financial district is buzzing with speculation, and reports from Frankfurt suggest several large banks have already drafted contingency plans in the event that Iraq's currency is revalued overnight. Analysts there are warning clients to prepare for volatility, with some going so far as to recommend diversifying into gold and oil contracts as a hedge against rapid currency movements. Social media has turned the story into a global phenomenon. Hashtags like #Dinar RV, #RV225, and #Dinar Countdown are trending across platforms, with millions of posts in just the last 24 hours. Videos of ordinary investors holding stacks of dinar notes are going viral as people share their hopes, their anxieties, and their theories about when exactly the switch might be flipped. For many, this is not just about speculation, but about life-changing potential. One post that has already been shared thousands of times reads, "15 years of waiting, and the clock is finally ticking down to zero." The global market response has been swift. Oil futures are seeing an unusual surge in trading volume as investors try to gauge how a stronger Iraqi dinar would affect petroleum exports. Gold has inched upward as a safe haven asset, while currencies in emerging markets have shown signs of jitters, reflecting fears of spillover effects. If Iraq's dinar is revalued sharply upward, other nations with undervalued currencies could face renewed pressure to reassess their exchange rates, leading to a ripple effect in markets from Asia to South America. In Washington, policymakers are closely monitoring the developments. Officials at the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve are said to be tracking signals minute by minute, aware that a sudden currency revaluation of this scale could have both domestic and international consequences. US banks, too, are reportedly on alert. While no official confirmation has been given, investor forums have been flooded with speculation that institutions like Wells Fargo and Chase may already have trained staff and prepared systems to handle potential dinar exchanges. For ordinary Iraqis, however, this story is deeply personal. After years of economic instability, inflation, and limited purchasing power, the possibility of a revaluation offers a glimmer of hope for stability and prosperity. In Baghdad's markets, shopkeepers say conversations have shifted from politics to currency, with many wondering whether tomorrow's wages will suddenly stretch further than ever before. For families struggling to make ends meet, the clock ticking down is not about speculation, but survival. Investors worldwide are treating the situation like a countdown. Across Europe and the United States, small groups have gathered in living rooms and online forums, staying awake into the night, watching the news tickers and listening for updates. Many have held dinar for more than a decade, waiting for this very moment. For them, the anticipation is electric, with the potential of life-changing gains only hours away. Markets are not waiting for confirmation to react. Currency futures desks are already building models around hypothetical scenarios, testing what would happen if the dinar were to rise modestly or dramatically. Some analysts argue that even a small upward adjustment could validate years of speculation and set off a surge in related markets. Others believe that a sharp revaluation multiplying the value several times over would have unprecedented consequences, reshaping not only Iraq's economy, but also global trade flows. Critics, however, remain cautious. Some economists warn that reevaluations of this scale are rare and that Iraq still faces deep structural challenges, including political instability and corruption. They argue that while a reset might bring short-term gains, long-term stability would require broader reforms. Yet even skeptics admit that the level of activity and the intensity of global attention tonight is unlike anything seen in years, suggesting that even if a full revaluation is not imminent, something significant is about to happen. From Vietnam, the other currency often mentioned alongside the dinar, there are also signs of movement. The Vietnamese dong has long been rumored as another undervalued currency that might one day be adjusted. If both the dinar and dong were to revalue in close succession, the impact on global markets would be seamless. Already, chatter on investor boards points to speculation that the two countries may be coordinating behind the scenes, with some even suggesting a synchronized announcement. The human element continues to drive the drama. We spoke with a retired factory worker in Michigan who bought dinar back in 2006 after hearing about Iraq's reconstruction. He told us, "Every year I thought maybe this is it, maybe now." Tonight feels different. The markets are alive, the chatter is real, and I don't think I'll sleep until we know. In London, a teacher who invested in dong said she has been refreshing news sites every few minutes. It's not just about money, she explained. It's about hope, about believing something long promised might finally come true. As the hours tick away, the tension builds. Analysts describe the mood as one of cautious euphoric because no official announcement has yet been made, euphoric because all the signals point toward something historic. Across Baghdad, families are staying awake with televisions on, listening for updates. In Dubai, investors are gathered in hotel lobbies, laptops open, ready to act at a moment's notice. And in global capitals from Washington to Tokyo, policymakers are watching closely, aware that the consequences could be profound. If the revaluation is confirmed, the aftermath will be immediate. Exchange centers would open, banks would update their systems, and investors would rush to secure their gains. But the larger story would be Iraq itself, a nation stepping onto a new stage in global finance, with the potential to leverage its oil wealth and strategic position into lasting economic growth. A stronger dinar would mean stronger wages, stronger purchasing power, and perhaps, at last, a pathway to stability. Yet, until the announcement is made, the world waits. The RV clock continues to tick, louder than ever, as rumors swirl, markets shift, and investors hold their breath, whether the countdown ends in hours, days, or longer. One thing is certain, the Iraqi dinar has once again captured global attention. And tonight, the sense is that history is waiting just on the other side of the clock striking zero.